Hey gang! I'm Fahaam, your financial freedom guru. Let's turn your dreams into billionaire success stories. Today, we're diving into the incredible, dramatic, and inspiring journey of a man who came to America with no money, barely spoke English, and somehow rewired the entire financial system using just code, vision, and an unshakable belief in himself. This is the unbelievable but true story of Thomas Peterffy, the Hungarian immigrant who became a Wall Street legend and built a multi-billion-dollar empire from absolutely nothing. No silver spoon. No shortcuts. Just pure hustle, brains, and bravery. You ready for this? Let's go. Imagine being born in a country where your dreams were crushed before you could even speak them out loud. Thomas Peterffy was born in 1944 in Budapest, Hungary, during the chaos of World War II. His father was a member of the landed gentry, which meant that once communism took over, they lost everything. Literally everything. His family was labeled enemies of the state. Their property was confiscated, and young Thomas was raised in poverty under a totalitarian regime. While most kids were dreaming of toys or games, Thomas was already dealing with censorship, control, and collapse. And he hated it. Deep inside, he knew he didn't belong in a world where the government dictated your future. So he made a bold choice. At 21, he left Hungary for the United States with almost nothing in his pocket. No job lined up. No family to support him. He didn't even speak English. Now here's where the magic starts. Most people would crumble under that kind of pressure, but not Peterffy. He believed in one thing: if he could find a place where his brain was free, he'd figure everything else out. So he started working as a draftsman. That's right. From day one in America, he worked long hours drawing engineering plans on paper for very little money. But he didn't complain. Why? Because he was in America. Land of opportunity. And slowly but surely, he taught himself English. He learned to code. And not just code for fun, code for power. He realized early on that technology would become the heart of everything. And while most people in finance were still stuck in the old school trading floors, screaming and waving papers in the air, Peterffy saw something else. He saw the future in computers. In the 1970s, while working at an engineering firm, he convinced his boss to let him buy a computer and write programs for the company. They didn't believe in it. They thought he was crazy. But they gave in. And Thomas used that computer to start building what would eventually become the foundation of automated trading. He wasn't trying to get rich quick. He was trying to solve a problem: how to use logic and software to eliminate human errors in financial markets. And boom, that one obsession changed everything. In 1977, he bought a seat on the American Stock Exchange and started trading options. Now here's the part that'll blow your mind. While everyone else was using calculators, Peterffy showed up with a homemade computer under his arm. Literally. He carried in a machine and started using it to calculate real-time prices. People laughed. They mocked him. They thought it was nonsense. But guess what? He was faster. More accurate. And his trades were better. He started printing money. Not because he was lucky, but because he was ahead of the game. He was building algorithms before anyone else even knew what they were. By the early 1980s, he founded his own company, Interactive Brokers. This wasn't just a brokerage. It was the beginning of a digital revolution in trading. He built the first fully automated market-making system. While Wall Street was still catching its breath, he was light years ahead. He built systems that connected directly to exchanges, executing trades faster, smarter, and cheaper than anyone else. Interactive Brokers didn't rely on hype or flashy branding. It relied on math, data, and one man's relentless drive to make things better. Let's stop for a second and appreciate this. Here's a man who went from starving under communism to carrying his own computer into a trading pit in New York, creating a software-based empire, and changing the financial industry forever. How did he do it? No shortcuts. No investors. No big-name connections. He did it by believing in technology when no one else did. He bet on himself when everyone doubted him. That's the kind of mindset that builds generational wealth. By the 2000s, interactive brokers had become one of the most advanced trading platforms in the world. And while others spent fortunes on marketing, Peterffy focused on efficiency. His platform allowed retail investors, people like you and me, to access professional-grade trading tools for a fraction of the price. That's right. He didn't just build wealth for himself. He created tools for others to build wealth too. And that's what makes him different. He democratized access to markets. He built a system where the small guy could finally compete. And while he stayed mostly out of the spotlight, his net worth exploded. At the peak of his career, Thomas Peterffy was worth over $25 billion. Let that sink in. A kid who fled communism. A man who barely spoke English. A guy who coded through the nights and carried computers into trading pits. That guy became one of the richest self-made billionaires in America. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will. But Peterffy isn't just about money. He's about principles. He's known for his deeply held beliefs about capitalism, freedom, and personal responsibility. He has publicly warned about the dangers of government overreach. Why? Because he lived it. He saw what it means when the state controls everything. That's why he's always pushing for open markets, low taxes, and free enterprise. And even today, well into his 80s, he's still active. Still thinking. Still innovating. His life is a masterclass in financial freedom. He teaches us that your background doesn't define your future. That your accent, your poverty, your lack of connections, they don't matter if you've got a sharp mind and a work ethic that never quits. He shows us that tech isn't just for young guys in hoodies, it's a tool for anyone with a vision. And most of all, he proves that real success doesn't come from luck. It comes from strategy, persistence, and the guts to try something no one else is doing. So what can we learn from Thomas Peterffy? Number 1. Think differently. While others are chasing trends, build tools. While others complain, build skills. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Create your own path. Number 2. Believe in technology. You don't have to be a coder, but you must understand that tech is the future. Whether it's trading, marketing, AI, or automation, those who master tech will control the money. And number 3. Bet on yourself. When everyone laughs, you keep building. When no one understands your vision, you keep moving. Because someday, just like Thomas Peterffy, you might look back and realize that all those late nights, all those sacrifices, and all that crazy belief in yourself, it was worth it. From immigrant to icon. From silence to legacy. From nothing to billions. Thomas Peterffy's story isn't just about finance, it's about freedom. And if you're ready to write your own financial freedom story, you know what to do. Learn. Build. Believe. And never, ever settle for average. Hey gang, I hope this story fired you up as much as it fired me up telling it. This isn't just entertainment, this is your roadmap. If a man like Thomas Peterffy can rise from the ashes of oppression to redefine wealth itself, then what's stopping you? Get up. Get started. And I'll see you at the top.